Hi, I'm Dean Lamoureux with Rainbow Valley Design and Construction. I'd like to thank you for considering Rainbow Valley for your renovation or remodel project. If you're watching this video, chances are your house was built before 2004. That's a critical date with respect to what I'm going to talk about today, which is two hazardous materials that we're federally mandated to be aware of and keep track of. That's asbestos and lead. So 2004 is a critical date with regard to the requirements for asbestos inspection. If your house was built before 2004, we are required to have a third-party inspection of your project. It can be just the project area. If we're working on a kitchen, it doesn't have to be your whole house, but the areas where we're going to impact have to be inspected. And we're looking for asbestos-containing material. And if asbestos-containing material is found, it will need to be abated by, again, a separate contractor than us. So that's just good information that we need to find out early in the process. Before we show up to do work, that asbestos needs to be removed and there needs to be a clean air test before I can put my workers on the job site and risk their health or risk your health. The asbestos is a pretty clear and straightforward thing to deal with. It's just expensive, or it can be expensive depending upon how much we find. So putting that over there, the other one that is probably more of a significant risk, both to you and to my employees, is lead. So lead is one of the more serious hazardous materials that we deal with. And unlike asbestos, where the requirement's 2004, the lead law says if your house was built before 1978, we need to inspect for lead. So again, like asbestos, there's two components. There's a testing component and there's a removal component. Unlike asbestos, we can test for lead and we can remove lead. It's a fairly safe material to work with. It's heavy, it falls to the ground, and it mostly has to do with how we contain it and how we train our workers to work safely around lead. With lead, it's primarily something that needs to be worked wet, or it needs a lot of plastic to capture the lead particulate. So that's sort of a rundown of asbestos and lead. Part of the reason I share it with you is one of the more frequently asked questions with Rainbow Valley is, why are you more expensive? And I don't really think we're more expensive. What we do is we're attentive to the requirements, the federally mandated requirements, and requirements that keep my employees healthy, keep your house in a healthy state, and support the methods we use to keep your house free and clear of these harmful materials. So that's the rundown of sort of asbestos and lead hazardous materials in your house. At this point in the process, you might want to make some inquiries on your own, or you might want to consult with us to get some of the questions answered early in the process of whether or not we're going to have to deal with asbestos and whether or not there's lead in your home and there's any adverse economic impacts that you're going to have to deal with that should be factored into the overall budget for your project. So thanks for watching.